Hey, I don't know how long it's been since I did anything, but I guess I'll stream because I want to build a keyboard tonight. But it's all gonna start with social media promo spam because I don't even know when I'm streaming anymore. It's just sort of random. I am getting over a case of coronavirus, so hopefully I can do this. And of course, I never remember. Who has... I don't even know who has streaming. Mac 11. Can usually post stuff in here. Self promo, sure. Anyways, I'm gonna build my Ciel tonight. Ciel? I think it's pronounced Ciel. Little 60% Bakeneko board. I'm actually think it's gonna turn out quite nice. All the sound tests I hear, it sounds nice. Can't say more than that. Anyways, let me finish figuring out places I can spam. Then we'll get to the build. And I never remember where I can spam and where I can't. You think I would just group things? I'd spend an afternoon just grouping things sometime when I'm home, but no. Learning, not so much. Prototypist. I don't think Jay has one. Raffle giveaway. Hey, stream self promo. I can go here. Cool. So again, looking for some social media spamming things, and then I'll get started with the build. Actually, before the build, want to, I guess, unwrap something, not unbox something. So I already took it out of the box, but is what it is. Does Maker have one? Why would Maker have one? We'll request Daily Click Clack. Do they have one? I don't remember. No. I will just post in KFA just because. Yeah, they don't have one. Hey, that's right. All Labs has a self promo. I will put myself there. Mr. Gion, self promo. Sick. Oh, Simon, Black Simon's streaming. Cool. Photo sharing market stream. Apex, do they have one? I don't think they did. Hey, I should just go down the list because it's all here. So Monoke no longer has like an actual discussion section, which is interesting. Don't really know what to think about that. And I'll just do Zeus's because Zeus's. That's message of the day. That's not what I want to see. Promote yourself. This is what I want to see. Finally made it. Welcome. Welcome. Let me not stare at myself. Let's start doing stuff. So I think I've spanned all the social media places I know of. I do want to show this off because I got something in from Alchemy. Yeah. They always have these nice reflective bags. My daughter loves these bags, so I guess that'll keep me buying more stuff. It's wrapped so nicely. Last time I spent time cutting it, I don't feel like spending time opening it. And here we are. The Black Anno Alchemy screw holder. This was, I think, a small raffle went on for this. But just a simple 2-part screw holder with a magnet on back. It's pretty nice. It's my second Alchemy screw holder. I got the one with the McFlurry coat. This was pretty good. Alchemy, they're a small company that makes mostly screw trays and things like that at the moment. But they have pretty nice finishes. I was a fan of the first one, so I bought a second one. Anyways, let me start getting set up to build. By first looking at the board. So of course it comes in all the regular Chicken Man packaging. Consider GMK Cluck. That was a fun looking group buy. And let's paw through what we got here. Accessories, bubble wrap. I thought I opened this up before. Maybe I did not open this up. I don't know. Apologies about my voice in advance. Getting over a case of COVID, so I'm probably not the most audible. Why the GMK Cluck promo? It's just the box that came in because when they were shipping them out, it was there. And Chicken Man, actually, this is his board, so yeah. GMK Cluck was actually pretty cool looking. A little regret not buying it. So we have the standard alu plate. I'll probably end up using this. And we have an FR4 plate because I decided to get an FR4 plate for fun. But we'll probably end up using the aluminum plate. This looks like a good plate. Then we have a PCB. I'm not going to bother opening this up, but this is apparently a hot swap PCB. I'm not going to use it. It should be the same as the Bakeneko PCB. I think they actually just went to Canon Keys and got that PCB, which makes a lot of sense. Wrap this stuff back up, put it to the side. Then we have long feet and 2 O-rings. Yes, lazy. Use another PCB already. Done very good. I thought about doing that, but I don't know. I'm probably going to use the stiffer one, this red one. This should be like a 50A and then a 30A. Guess I'll keep them both out because I'm not really sure. And I have another JST cable. Then we have the unit itself. Has a nice little cloud in it. I got the lilac case. It's sort of a very light purple color. Nice anno. Feels nice in the hand. It's nice and smooth. I didn't really look. I have one small anno mark or hook mark on the inside. It's not a through weight. Yeah, it's just internal. But that's fine. It does help with the sound, I believe. Yeah, I just have one small hook mark here, and that's about it. Other than that, very nice finished case. Very nice smooth anno. USB-C on the back is nice and recessed. It's a daughter board. the pretty deep slot for the cable, for the JST cable. And yeah, looks pretty nice. Alright, let me get rid of some of this extra packaging. Like those feet? Yeah, they're pretty neat. But anyways, how much was this again? Good question. I do have the website up. What button? Webcam, no. Is it this one? I think you should be able to see it on the screen now. So this says 210. I think this was like 180 group buy or something like that. Hey, Synthetics, thanks for the follow, man. It was like 180 or 190 during group buy. I know the price increased a little bit after group buy, but a reasonably priced board. At least I remembered being less than what I thought it would be. And now that Canon Keys is making their own CNC Bakeneko, it sort of seems in line with that sort of price. So, not a bad price. And put this aside. Guess I should throw feet on it at some point. So I was hiding this on the side, but I'll take it out. I've already have a PCB out with the JST cable, and I've already put my stabilizers on it. These are TX stabs. Lube with Krytox 205 grade 0 on the housings, and XHT BDZ on the bars, which are balanced. These go in pretty easy. This is the version 3 TX stabs, so they were actually very easy to put in. When I was building one board, it took me forever to get the V1s to get the lock wedges in there, but yeah. So this was a 7U spacebar I got from a different kit. This is actually a Canon Keys 7U wire. Just because at the time I had picked up and started opening a 6.25U box instead of a 7U box because I was just like brain dead, I guess. I already tested this. I put the stabs on it, but I will test it again just to do my due diligence. So I'm being responsible, as it were. Let's put that over there. Pull up via. Guess I should plug in this first. Yeah, the spacebar wire for the 625U was okay, but I wanted to have a 7U bottom rail. Alright. This chunky keyboard's in my way. Yep, I like it. Alright. Plugged in, I heard a noise. Switch over, there's Bakeneko 60. That's what this PCB is. I already went through and did some stuff to it. For example, I have the layout set for split right shift because it's 60% and Sangen bottom row. Don't forget to do that if you have VIA. I also don't have caps lock ever bound as caps lock. It's always MO1 for me. Yeah, it's just my preference. Now I have arrow keys here because I just find it very convenient. And did I bind a caps lock on this board? It looks like I did not bind a caps lock to this board. I should probably bind a caps lock to this board somewhere. I guess we'll make it this. I'll forget about it. But if I ever activate my caps lock, at least I'll have some way to get it off without swapping a keyboard. Test matrix, and I'll make you hear the beep and the boops. This will be real quick, then we can get to putting things in a plate and soldering it all together. I would test stabs, but I already did, and I'm feeling particularly lazy tonight since I haven't built a keyboard in a while. My next keyboard, which I'm actually going to be building, will probably be the Neo 87, because I have a Neo 87 and I want to build it, I guess. I'm also not sure if I want to do step caps or not. Lurk for a minute? Cool. Yeah, I have a Neo 87 just sitting on the floor next to me. It's in the to build pile. I'm terrible with this. Originally when I got boards in, I thought, oh, it'll be a quick turnaround, I'll just build boards as they come in. And then of course life happens and I have a backlog. So, thought I touched that one, but I missed it. Ugh. Go away. No one wants to see you start menu. Go away. Okay. We're good. The PCB works. That'd be a shame if I put the stabs on it and then it just didn't work. That would always be a feel bads moment. Right. So I can disconnect this. Put that back in the right order. Can disconnect this. I guess I should put the screws and the feet on here too. Let me start doing some of this stuff. Why did I not put that back in? I'm losing my mind today. I have to move that stuff anyways, so I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. So what screws are these? Feet, screws. What are the tops? Regular Phillips screws. That means I need to get my bits out. This looks like it'll fit. Let's double check real quick. Yep, that fits. That's probably the only screwdriver stuff I'll have to do tonight. Gotta love the gummy O-ring boards. So easy. Alright. I am going to have this cable in before I put this in because this is very tight. And this length is kind of long, but that's okay. Makes assembly easier later. So I'm just going to go barely tight with the first pass because I want to look at the port from the back to make sure that it is actually good to go. All right. Quick visual verification. Yep, nice and centered. All right. Put it down in, tighten it in a cross pattern. Gonna give these a quick turn, make sure the weight is in good, so I don't even have to think about it later. Alright, if all goes well, that's all I have to do with the screwdriver, which is cool. These are hard rubber feet. Let's put these on now so I can just put this on the table and not have to worry about it. Ooh, I like it. These cutouts are nice and generous. I don't have to worry about things not lining up perfectly. Some boards, like the bump on holes or cutouts or depressions, are so fine-tuned that it almost feels like if you stretch the feet a little bit when you're taking them off this paper, that it just won't fit. It's always a feels bad moment. I intend to always use this on a desk mat, but I will always put feet on it because sometimes I take boards into office and it's on a conference table where I don't have a desk mat. Never know. Gotta be prepared. Alright, that fits in nicely in there. Cool. Now I can move that to the side. Excuse me, let me drink some tea. Oh. Ah, much better. Alright. I was about to put my KFE CE away. Honestly, on KFA, there was a polycarbonate KFE CE, and I was very interested in that for a minute. But I'm like, I already have one, but it's metal. Still tempted though. I like the suave blue and brass weights. Feel very lucky that I also joined the Tomo group by last year. I think that'll be a good board to add to the collection too. I don't particularly like 75s anymore, but if I did, definitely would be a board like the Tomo, taking up my 75% board slot. Not like I really allocated spaces for boards or anything like that. I just sort of do whatever. I guess when I started the hobby, it was TKLs and 75%. I thought those were the best looking boards. And then I came to really like 60s as well. And then I went back around and said, I really, really like TKLs. And then I started buying a whole bunch of 65s, just thinking maybe I'll like 65s. No, not as much as other stuff. Alright. Move a few things around. I have this cable here I need to use at some point to repair my wife's keyboard. She's been bugging me about that. At some point I really need to. There are washers on this. Fiberboard washers. Why is it so dirty? It literally collects everything on it. Silicone mats. I'm complaining about my silicone mat and how dirty it is. That's all. Put the PCB over here because we're ready to put stuff on it already. Okay. So, it's made for getting dirty, true. I am going to use a black cherry pie on the spacebar. I think they're good sounding spacebar switches. And we're going with the SP Star Blue Pinks. 205 grade 0 spring swapped with Symmetric Labs 53 gram springs. Yeah, these feel pretty good, and I think they're going to sound okay in this board too. It's the first time I've tried the blue pinks, so let's see. I usually like their switches, so it should be pretty good. One thing that I will skip this time is probably testing stabs, because I tested them last night. They sounded pretty good to me, except for this one, because this one, I'll show you at the top here. If you look at where this is, because of Swiss cheese holes, it's very much touching the stab hole, so it was having a little bit of the rattly, loosey-goosey feel to it, which was weird. I've liked everything that there's so far, to be honest. Yeah, I have too. Some of the switches just surprise me in general from them. I'm like, no one's talking about them, no one really mentions them. Everyone's all about the Sacramentos and the Meteor White recolors. I think they're fine, the Meteor Whites, but they're not my favorite switch. I still think the Polaris Gray is my favorite switch just because it has that really high pitch but firm sounding top out noise. I think this goes in here. The leaves on some of them each aren't the best, so a higher rate than what I'm used to. Yeah, honestly, so with these, they actually tried to put lube on the actual leaf itself, so these actually had pre-lube leaves, which was interesting because I wasn't hearing leaf ping, but I was still hearing some spring crunch. I still spring swapped it just because I spring swap everything, I guess, now. I don't know. But it didn't sound bad. For a stock switch, it sounded quite good. Sorry, I'm looking to make sure that I'm putting things in the right hole. I don't think that's the right hole. That's not lining up like the others. I'm obviously not paying attention to what I'm doing tonight. I could just blame it on not building keyboards for like... So I logged into Twitch and looked. It is like you last streamed like 21 days ago. It's just like, oh shit. Need to get on that. I got busy with work. What can I say? And then my family gets sick a lot. What can I say? It is what it is. I'm still using this potato camera, but honestly, I was looking at upgrade paths for my camera. And I think I actually found one. I was going to go with a Canon RP until my wife all of a sudden says, well, now you got this in Neo? Yeah. Then my wife says, oh, I have an old DSLR you could use too. I'm like, why did you not tell me about this sooner? Holding out on me, man. So I'll probably steal my wife's camera. I need to get a battery for it. Or one of the cable extension batteries for it. But yeah, it should work out nicely. I believe it has clean HDMI output. I just have to turn it on to make sure. Hiding tech from me? Yeah, well, she's a tech hoard too. I mean, she just has technology. She does IT for a living, so she understands. I think I will do step caps for this. I don't know. 21 KB. I think you have step caps. I think I saw step caps on them. Should be good. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't have to hide keyboards from her because none of these are high pitch or pingy enough for her taste. She had me build the Shub's Cursed Switch build for her work. And then the keyboard she has at home that she's been using has been a Unikorn Model M reproduction, and she loves that thing. I couldn't take it away from her if I tried. At the time, I was like, oh, well, she'll get over it real quick. But no cap, she actually really likes it. And I'm glad she likes it. It's not a bad keyboard. It's just very loud. Which reminds me, at some point, I do have to repair her old keyboard that she brought back from work. It's an Alps board. It's very loud. Yeah, she likes what she likes. I give her crap for it still, but we're married. She's stuck with me. Want a silent tactile keyboard? That's not bad at all. Could get pretty interesting with silent builds, because I actually haven't done a silent build for myself. I've talked to a friend that was interested in a silent border build, so I'll have to see where he's at on that one. Why are you not fitting in? You're not clipped in. Clip in. Nope, don't like it. If it's not clipping in, I don't like you. Is it the top housing? Do you need to be pushed in more? Is that it? Yeah, well, it's the top housing. Interesting. So another keyboard news, well, in audio news, I should say, because it's more audio, but Critical, he finally got in the keyboard scene because he had hinted at it for quite a while that he'd get into it. And I love him for his graphs. I think his graphs are going to do a lot. At some point in the future, I might actually make a talking YouTube video where I talk about the sound and what the graphs mean as far as trying to get people from just saying thok or clack, because I find that hell annoying. Blue Causes 2. Thank you for the follow. When I can't understand the meaning. Honestly, his video does a pretty good job of describing the general frequencies. I just get lost. I feel like the total internet boomer that I am when I hear people talk about thok and clack and, you know, like a mid thok or a deeper clack. I'm like, what are you people even talking about? I'm convinced either they don't know what they're talking about, or I'm just old. And if I'm just old, I have to make stuff up so I sound like I actually know what I'm talking about, of course. But realistically, it seems like there's a lot that gets lost in translation at some points. Yeah, and honestly, not saying that people have to have exact pictures of what they want for a sound of a keyboard, but I honestly think there's quite a bit of it that you could just describe in real words that might have meaning. But, you know, the memes and some people just do it for the fun, but it is what it is. But I had that idea in my head for quite a while to put something out just to talk about it. But the more I think about it, the more it's like I'm just an old person shaking his finger at kids saying you shouldn't do that, you should use words. Is it the top housing in this one, or am I just being dumb? Nope, just me being dumb. Okay. Honestly, this will be a pretty quick build. I'll just solder stuff in, clean it up, put a gummy O-ring on it, throw some keycaps on it. Probably lube the stabs a little bit more, and that's about it. The big thing I tested these for last night was that there was no obvious rattle or anything, and that I didn't put too much lube in it, that they feel sluggish. TX stabs don't seem to be as sluggish. when you slightly overlube them, as say stabies would. But the first time I did stabs, I actually did slightly overlube. I think it was enter or something like that, and it was a little bit sluggish sounding. So do want to avoid that. Yeah, mush, no fun. Anyone that's built a keyboard once or tried Holy Mod knows mush. All the more reason why you don't Holy Mod. I should caveat that. If you have like really bad stock things and you just can't afford anything better, Holy Mod. But if you don't need to, don't. My face looks like Sag. Oh, I have an extra black cherry pie in the bottom. When I feel mush stabs that I made, yeah. I think at some point I had selected which of these two switches I wanted to use, but I've obviously forgotten which one. Okay. Those over there, this over here. I can probably move both of these out of the way. I don't have any more screws to hold. Alright, move the fan into place, move the phone back away from the hot stuff. Move this over here, because I need to do this too. Damn your Bakeneko and lack of screws? Yeah, tell me about it. I should check real quick to make sure all the switches actually are poking through. I don't think I'm going to have to hold this board down either. Everything's fitting pretty nice and flush. I did note that the plate had a slight concave in the middle of it, so it was dipping down. So everything looks like it's making pretty good contact. If I just do little tack welds at the ends, everything should be fine. Yep, no air gaps, no space, everything's sitting nice. I like to see that. Okay. Need the solder over here. Extra brass over here. Tip tinner, because I haven't soldered in like a few weeks, so I want to tin the tip. My hair's in the way. I should drink some water. Something like that, right? Okay. So I'm going to throw a crisp on so you don't have to listen to this ridiculous fan go. It's on, by the way. You can't hear it, but I can definitely hear it. Turning on the Hotco 951. It should come up to temperature pretty quickly. If I sound like I'm underwater, I apologize. I sometimes listen into streams that have these things going, and I always hate hearing them. So, all right, we're up to temperature because the 951 is amazing like that. Let's tin the tip. Always good practice to tin your tip. Not bad for the most part. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. All right. Retin the tip. Let it burn for a few seconds. Goes a little underwater, but not frequently. It depends on my voice. If I'm projecting a lot more, it's usually a little bit better, but if I start talking off axis, it sort of blends more, I guess, so that's a me problem. All right, tacking in the sides. Makes sense, I guess, yeah. All right. board is pretty easy for solderability. I think it's a Unikorn design board, so I'd expect it to be. Always like Unikorn PCBs, they're always decent. If you're new to soldering, don't inhale the fumes. The tip is hot, don't touch it, it's like crazy hot. I didn't even check if I had the 7U and keys at the bottom correctly positioned. I should probably look at that before I get too far into this build. I think it's right from memory, but I'm never actually sure. So if you're new to soldering too, always just heat the object you want to heat up and melt together. You want to heat both sides of that and then push solder from the opposite side in. Heat does the rest, and it just sort of soaks in and wicks into the direction. I will actually take out the keycaps real quick because now I have that creeping doubt in my mind as far as did I get this right. Bag of 21 KB keycaps because why not? Okay, that's right. Step caps, excellent. And now the struggle to find the right thing I'm looking for. Oh god. Is this the right alt? Oh, it's too big. This looks like the right alt. And you know, I could just pull out another board. I think it looks right too, but I'm, again, never sure. My brain would bounce. Actually, I don't even have to unwrap this board. I can have one sitting on the desk. I do. All right. Yeah, this looks right. I think. Does it? Yeah, that looks right, I think. Where's my keycap holder? Yeah, that's right. And on this side, is that right? Yes, that's right. My brain in the doubts. Yeah, it is right. All right. I'll stop. It came in handy, board. It came in handy. And I'll bring it back to there and sit. Whew. Yeah, it was right. I never trust myself though. All right, this will come back up. Temperature is in sleep mode. My hair is way too long. I need to get a cut. I feel atrocious. 350, there we go. Put the space bar in. Alright, and the rest of this should go pretty easy because, again, I don't have anything that looks it's out of line. Everything's on a nice plane. I look down the back and the front. Everything is in line. Nothing's standing out. Nothing looks incorrect. So I think we're good to go. Soldering is pretty easy. I understand hot swap is easier, but I don't know. Something I like about soldering. Again, it's more of a me problem. It's been too long since I had the sweet, sweet leaded solder fumes. I'm joking, kids. Leaded solder is not good for you. But it's what I grew up using, and I trust it. A little bit more. All right, the rest of it looks good. Soldering is the way. I usually feel it is. It's something that I just sort of enjoy doing. It's easy as long as I'm not having to do like annoying microelectronic stuff or anything like that. It's okay. Catch me on a day that I have to do SMD soldering and it's like stressful. Like Milmax, try to get Milmax hot swap sockets systems 2 just before testing it out before locking it in. That's a pretty good habit to get into, especially if you buy extra PCBs, because then swapping out and testing things is very easy. But for me, I'm trying not to redo too many boards or builds. Like I thought about redoing my KFE with MX Blacks. Nothing against the SP Star whites that I have in there. They're just, I miss the cherry scratch some days. And that's all the more reason that I just rotate boards. But yeah. Planning on making a cherry top meteor white tonight? Really? I never thought about that one. Sounds interesting. Let me know how it turns out. Apparently it's a thing in Korea. I could believe that. Koreans do some cool stuff, and the cherry top out sound, I think it just sounds good. I'm what you might call a biased person with cherry switches. I just like them. I don't know. Actually, I guess I'll let it slide now. I'm actually planning on doing a fracking switch with cherry tops on my Tomo whenever I get it. Planning on doing gat oil uh, with cherry tops. Hesitant on if I actually want to do that now rather than just use cherry switches for it, because I sort of think Gateron oils, they're good switches, but they're kind of boring. Yeah, on my YouTube, I did a quick comparison test with different combinations of caps and tops between cherry switch and Gateron oil, and cherry topped oils were pretty cool. This is some of my oil kings. I feel that boring take. They're just solid. Yeah, honestly, I can't fault you for that. They're good switch stock. Like, they're one of the switches that you could just get away with having and throwing in a keyboard and doing nothing with, and they'd be just fine. But, of course, I had to open them up and lube and film them and stuff like that. And yeah, Space 80 feels and sounds nice and smooth and deep, but yeah. Oh, you already did? Yeah, I don't know. I bought when they first came out, I think I bought 150 or so of them, and the whole goal there was to have enough for a TKL plus a 75, and I probably will get some more extras in. Did I buy 150 or did I have something like that? I forget. I forget exactly how many I bought now. Sad. I could bring up on my spreadsheet tracking everything that I have, but yeah. The reluctance, you can always get more in though, because it seems like, I'll be honest, with Gateron and other switch manufacturers, there's no like really bad switches anymore. They're all pretty decent. So I do like variety, but the more I say that, the more I'm like, I do miss my cherry switches every single time. They're in stock all over now. Yeah, they'll be in stock for like the next week or two, and then they'll be hard to find again for like a month. And then they'll be in stock everywhere again. It'll just keep happening in cycles. That's until the next big thing comes out. I don't know what that'll be, but I'm sure it'll be good. Yeah, other switches I have in my collection now that I have to use are I have Minks. I want to use them in something. I'm not sure what yet. I might actually use them in the Neo 87, but I'm not sold on that idea. And then after that, I have Pinocchio's, which I've been looking forward to using somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Fun stuff, yep. I don't know. I'm almost at the saturation point where I have enough switches that I don't need to buy any more for the amount of boards that I've bought. Um, Similar to keycaps. If I just wait for everything to come in and don't buy any more, I should have enough for all the keyboards so far. Yeah. That red RS60 though, that is, hopefully this one sticks and is actually number 50, because this is the third attempt at getting board 50. The spectacle canceled. I was sad about that. Then I had to find another board. So the Foundation Gamma from Snowmo, jumped on that, and then that canceled. Yeah. Somewhat balanced. Yeah, CW88. Got wine red wing keyless. I was planning on putting GMK Red Alert on that one, but I have no clue when Red Alert's gonna ship. Jealous? You can probably find one. I don't think they're gonna be a rare board. I think the group buy was pretty big. So I would look at the aftermarket if you want to save up for a few months and get something nice. I think it'll actually be a nice board. And that's really why I jumped in on it, because I was excited by it. Low-key, kind of regret not getting a CW60 as well. Because as much as I like TKLs, I do miss smaller 60s some days. So we'll have to see. I might end up trying to pick one up on extra or something. I'm also very excited for his next, well, upcoming board, Final Home. Was copying about the 62. Yeah. But I think his Final Home, the Alice that he's making, I think that's going to be pretty sick. It's going to be a metal sort of bottom and a polycarbonate sort of top. PP Geese will work for me. Yeah. I think that's going to be a nice board too. I don't know. There's a lot of boards I sleep on that I hear about later. I'm like, oh yeah, that would have been a cool thing to jump in on. But can't join everything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of some of the CW's design choices. Another thing I'm actually pretty excited about, this is going to come sometime 2023, right? Is the Aster Ergo TKL. I got mine with silver bottom, blue top with the stripy lines on it. I think that board's going to be sick. I just have to learn how to type on an Ergo keyboard between now and then. Typing that up for a bit now. Yeah, honestly, it's interesting. So the economy version with just a solid bottom actually did not make minimum order. The standard version with an aluminum weight on the aluminum bottom piece barely made minimum order. And then the premium version with the brass weight, which is the one I'm standing, that of course had the most orders. So I don't know. Something keyboards and value. I'm gonna reflow one switch that looks a little bit weird. I think I didn't have enough on it. All right. Yep. It wasn't a partial starter, it just looked like it was not a full volcano. Whenever I look at stuff, I want to see that nice volcano since it's a through hole. And I want to make sure it's nice and shiny. If it's not shiny, if it's somewhat dull, it's not the end of the world, but I will usually reflow it to get the nice shiny finish on it, because if it's dull, it usually means a cold or disturbed solder joint. And that can have some nasty cracking effects later on. Yeah, visually, looks good. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this off. Let me move this before I burn the shit out of myself. And I guess I can swap this stuff around again. Of course, I don't have room for anything anymore. Put a keyboard there. Of course, I don't have room for anything anymore. Oy. Alright. I can turn crisp off. Mouse, where are you? Okay, crisp, you're off. Thank you. And that has been soldering with J-Verb. Pretty easy. Soldering is sort of fun. People are scared about soldering. There's so many good videos on soldering out there. probably say this a million times whenever I do soldering, but I think one of my favorite people that goes into some of the nerdy technical details is Art of Repair. I really like their videos for soldering and some of the technology stuff that they do. Also, Louis Rossman, also a good guy, fellow New Yorker. Gotta stand him a little bit. All right, let me clean up the board. Piece of paper towel. We have 99% isopropyl alcohol. First one, forget what specifically. Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of different stuff. If you're looking at anything for soldering and tips and microelectronic stuff, usually people come up like that. PE foam wipes. I'm not using Q-tips because this is the better thing to use. Also, I don't have to worry about little particles getting everywhere. I do want to clean the flex off the back of my boards, just for longevity and my own sense of pride and mind. Keep my mind at ease, especially a board like this, that if either of my daughters, I should say, got their hold on this board, they could take it off if they really wanted to, but not going to worry about that too much. And I guess, yes, I am confident enough in my soldering just to go straight to cleaning. I should probably test the board before I get too confident, though. But cleanup should be pretty good. The solder mask is nice and slick. The area wasn't too big. Again, Unikorn does make some nice PCBs. Like the design, they're easy to use and clean. All right. Gross. Turns that nasty brown color. It's done. Sometime I do want to try McMerlin's toothbrush approach with isopropyl alcohol. I think that might be a fun thing to do sometime. I'm always afraid of scrubbing too hard though. Just start shearing components off the back as I scrub. Diodes going everywhere. Talk about sag. Soft bristle ones, I guess. Yeah, and not put too much pressure on. I'm always sort of worried though, if I don't have something to pick it up, I'm just spreading the crap all over the back of it. Then I thought about using a toothbrush with some sort of ultrasonic motion to it. Then I'm like, that's too much involved. I can just buy these very, very cheap PE foam applicators off of Amazon and use them, which is what I did. Again, it's what I'm used to from work sites. I'm not gonna super clean everything. I just want to get most of the bigger gunks off. And then we'll plug it in and test in VIA. I guess if anyone's following along or doing this for themselves, they should probably test the board before cleaning it, just so they have some of the flux residue on there. If they do need to make a change, it's easier for them to do so, to reflow the solder. But this is just a hazard I'm willing to take. Although the more I think about it, I'd actually have to like stand up and go grab flux or melt solder on top of solder to reflow and do things if I really wanted to. I don't really think I'm saving too much time by doing this, but whatever. I'm doing it. I'm committed to doing it. I was jonesing for the past week to build a keyboard. It really hit me last week when I was in the middle of being sick and feverish. I really want to build a keyboard. I'm like, I can't build a keyboard like this. I'll mess everything up. Imagine me being on stream with a fever, delirious, coughing and sneezing on everything. Yeah, that would not have been fun. So I was watching like all the keyboard videos and my wife is like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm sick, obviously." It was funny because my youngest daughter, she's like 1.5, she started trying to grab my phone to go play with it as if she's typing on the keyboard. So I started handing her the little 60% I built for her and her big sister. And then recently today, I found her just sort of sitting at it, pretending to type on them. Just like, that's cute. I should probably teach them how to touch type sooner than later. And if I do teach them how to touch type, that'd be great. Although that's probably a skill that they're probably not going to need in the future. I don't know how long hard peripherals like this will really be around, if I'm being perfectly honest with the way computers and technology is advancing. But I like the old tactile feel. I don't know. Touch screens and swipey things are so convenient. Everything's getting smaller. Eventually, 60% is going to be too big for people. It just is what it is. Using a little guy here. And some stuff just stuck on the back of the board out. Alright, back to the big one. I can't spend all night cleaning this. I need to put the gummy O-ring on and test it. Test it, then put the gummy O-ring on it. I'm going out of order. I'm just going to think when it will be typed eventually. Yeah, or it's going to be one of those scary Black Mirror episodes where the computer will just give things to you. You won't even have to think it. The computer, the algorithm will already know what to serve you. Content, that's not your choice. In a way that already sort of is close to that. I mean, you look at the way YouTube and the algorithm is set up right now. They removed a dislike button, they have a like button, they have a subscribe button, but you have to hit the bell icon to be notified. I mean, it's already sort of moving in that direction where, you know, if you spend an extra 3 seconds looking at a video, the algorithm's like, on average of 3 seconds more, that's more watch time. Let's optimize for this behavior. Let's reward this human with more of this content, obviously. Kind of weird to think of it like that, but your eyeballs, your brain, it's really the commodity now for a lot of the companies. I'm not sure if I should really be sad about it, but I think they need to be more transparent about it at some point in the near future. That's going to become an issue. It's the only way to really think about reality. Really? Yeah, I think so, but I'm probably being a little bit doomer. On the good point, you know, we now have cool things like Power BI. I no longer have to sit there and just make millions of graphs the same way over and over for reports. I can just dump a file into Power BI and it automatically formats things for me and looks nice and pretty. Because if I learned anything in the recent past when I was learning Power BI, it was how many people look at numbers but don't have the same sense of it. They need that visual element of a graph to really help them. I don't know. I thought that was weird, but I'm just like, no, that's probably a me problem again. All right, we're done cleaning. Good enough. Put things back carefully. I'll have to remember to get more of the big wipes out next time. Different lube containers. All right, fold this up, throw it out. And let's use the working cable. I have to test it with this. Top side. Ah, good. It made the sound. I still have VIA open, right? This is VIA. Bakeneko 60. Key tester. 5 is already pressed. Wait, what? Oh, sad. Why is that one key already pre-pressed? That looks like a key issue, though. It's soldered. The diodes looks to be good in there. If it's pre-pressed, it might actually be the key. Switch. Sorry. Alright. Let's do some rework. Which one was it? Is it this key? Oh god, I already forgot which key. My goldfish brain. Plug in. Was it this key? No, I'm doubting. Okay. Yeah, it's shorting already. Interesting. So the way this keyboard's arranged, yeah, from the way this keyboard is arranged though, because it is on rows rather than columns, if everything else is working, then it pretty much has isolated the fault to the switch. Okay. Luckily we have more switches. Get the good old solder sucker ready. Get this back out here, turn it back on. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yes. Yeah. All right, 350. Let me melt a little bit extra. Prime. Beautiful. A little bit extra. Still have some on it. Oh, it's still touching the sides. Son of a bitch. All right. Just want to praise you like this. Yeah, sorry. Let everyone down. Rework. No one likes rework. Sorry. Now I am a bit curious. Let's just do this right now. Honestly, since it was the 5 key, I probably could have just skipped over it. Just not use 5 tomorrow when I'm using the keyboard. Peppa Evil? Yeah. Was the switch. Alright. We're good. You're gonna be in suspense then, sorry. I'm not gonna do too much though. Just gonna clean up. I forget I have ads. I don't stream often enough. I had assumed at some point they just take away ads because, well, suspense is killing him. Uh-oh. Just need a small one for this. I don't even know how long ads run for. We back. Yes. Nothing to be suspenseful about. Just quick rework. But that means this switch will be added to my dead pile. Wonder what happened to it. The world may never know. Okay. I guess I can just put that there now. Guess I should clean this stuff up before I just dump it on my floor. And then forget about it. Yeah, rip that switch. I have a pile of like just dead switches about. So I guess which O-ring is the next question. The soft blue one or the firmer red one? I think this is like 30A, this one's 50A. I don't know which one. Which do you think, synthetics? Soft or hard? You don't know either? I'm thinking hard tonight. Yeah. 50A it is. Honestly, so 50A is what I currently have in IU, and I really like it. But it's also a grave shift one, and it's a little bit bigger, but yeah. Alright, they designed this plate. It has a little bit of room to roll up. Interesting. Cool. I guess I can throw the keycaps on. I guess I should wash my hands since I just played with solder. Let me do that. I'll be right back. My hair looks ridiculous. Okay, I'm back. Harder on the key? Yeah. I was actually thinking about getting a 98 O-ring for that one. I'm not really sure though. A lot of people have talked up the 90A, and I know they had one on Grave Ship, so I guess I just dump this out since it's all in a bag anyways. I had thought about this. I didn't quite know how to approach it. This is my first time using 21 KB on a keyboard. Is this the right size? No, that's not the right size. Is this the right size? Yeah. Shift, enter. Slightly smaller alts. There's a control. This one will go over here. Insert step caps. Cool. Yeah, TX stab's kind of nice. I do like them. Equals. And don't need it for this, don't need it for this. Amazon orders. I'm getting notified that I have Amazon orders incoming. Thank you, phone. Thank you for that. Windows button. Do I have 2 of these? I forget. I do have 2 of these. Alright. Easy. Haven't gotten them, tried them yet. Yeah, since they've been doing restocks every day around 7 o'clock, I think. So I decided to just grab a few for fun. Wanted to measure them too, just because I was actually curious about them. This is the version 3, so it's not as thick as the version 1 and 2, but that's okay. I did get the bottom row right. Nice. I'm okay with cherry clip-ins until I get lucky enough to be online and notified when they're going on sale. Oh, I mean the keycaps? Yeah, I mean the keycaps, sorry. I'm all over the place tonight. Caps lock I don't need. Plus, I don't need. This shift 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 I do need. Seven. I guess we'll start putting things on. Negative 0.987. Look like a nice thickness. Yeah, I did some measurements on these keycaps. Actually, I do need this shift. What am I talking about? I'm on something tonight. Page up I don't need tonight. 8. You go right next to 7. I know where you go. Yeah, on the forum I did throw up some measurements that I did for the keycaps. I think they're actually pretty thick. I like them. They seem to be a nice thickness to them. The feeling, I actually sort of like the feeling too. It's between GMK and probably EPBT, I'd say. They're not bad feeling. I don't need this spacebar, I don't need ISO enter. I don't need F4 tilde. I don't have room for tilde. J. Did they have bars on this? I can't remember. I hope they have bars. I really suck at typing with scoops. Q. R's over here then. 6 with an arrow I won't need. B. You're down here. 7 home. I don't need that. I don't need that. Period delete. I don't need that. Delete. Wonder if we have options for that. Scoops look kind of weird for me. I also like the feeling of bars more. I mean, I've used home row and bars for all my life, so it's like the weird crutch for me. Is it a crutch? I don't even know. Wait, what did I do with the insert delete one? Because I might actually want that one now I think about it. Let's have that to the side just in case I need a delete key for here. I don't know how well this is kitted out. Yep. F. Bars. Very skinny bar, but a bar. Winning. That's excellent. Ooh. Wait, 2 B's? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess it would support Alice. P. 8 with an arrow. Don't need you. O. That means I can put U here. T. Quirt. 2 with an arrow. E. Arrow. Z. 5. I keep picking up the same keycaps I'm throwing down. Ugh. Well, at least this is better than a GMK tray. Let's put it that way. H. Without the... Where's J? W. That's an important key to have. WASD. G. I can start filling in some of these blanks, I guess. Y. Wait, this is a J with a bar here. I already found it. I'm dumb. My brain. So my wife has been saying that all my forgetfulness recently is just down to having COVID brain, but I don't know. I just think it's me. I just think I've lost all my intelligence recently. Or at least it feels that way. Okay. Only thing I can do anymore is build keyboards, I guess. 5. I picked up F12 3 times now. Oy. Six. This is the 6 I was looking for. Combination of both, yeah. Honestly, I feel worse for my wife since she has to do more stuff with the kids since they're so young. She definitely is having COVID brain plus taking care of sick kids as much as she has been. Yeah, I need to treat her something nice. I need to make her another clicky switch keyboard or something weird. Where's 1? Oh boy. Did I throw it in the pile of things I didn't think I needed? F2. F9. one end. That's not the one I'm looking for. There it is. All right. Next tab. There we go. And I'm looking for an escape key. Hey, I can actually... Fingers, are you strong enough? No, let's not do that. Put that there. I got distracted. I was looking for an escape key. Escape key? I was looking at it the whole time. This is the wrong profile. Do I have a second delete key in the right profile? Arrows, backspace, page up, page down, and Alt. Is this in the right profile? Hey, that's in the right profile. Cool. All right, that's awesome. Excellent. Throw things back in the bag and forget about them. I thought about putting these in R2725 function cap. Sometimes, it depends on what board I'm building. These have a nice chunky sound to them. I do like these keycaps, I think. What's all this extra crap on my desk mat now? Oh, I forgot to change my desk mat. I knew I forgot to do something today. So usually, whenever I do a build, because I have ordered so many goddamn desk mats, I'll usually end up having a different desk mat each time I do a build. My bad. I totally blanked and forgot about that. Let's blame COVID on that. I don't even know what desk mat I'd use for this anyways. I don't care anymore. Over it. The desk mat affliction. So I have a big Rubbermaid tub that's weatherproof and sealed with just filled with desk mats at the moment. I don't know. Something about just having different designs and changing things up. And this desk mat now looks like ass. I'm gonna have to like wash and use tape to get all the particles off. Not like you can see it with this camera, but if I do switch to my wife's camera, I'm assuming you'll be able to see how dirty and grimy it really is. Alright, plug it in and push it down. Only have 3. 3 is not a bad number. Yeah, you gotta love these simple cases. Alright. Last quick test of VIA. Oh. Oh. Am I going too fast? Is it? Oh. Have to hit play again. Cool. That all works. Now all the little flecks of crap on my desk mat. Feels bad. Sag. Yet another reason to have more desk mats and then switch stuff. Yeah. What am I doing? Monkey type, and then I'm going to put that on the screen before I forget about it. I'm going to change the mic setup so you would hear better what this is. Muting myself, moving stuff around, typing test real soon. Okay. All right. I really need to get my hair cut. I hate my hair this long. It's like in my eyeballs. If you can hear me, we should be good to go for a typing test. Let's get something that we want, like that. And then it should be working. I'm looking at the levels. I'm probably pretty quiet. This is the correct distance of one hand away. I just tapped the mic capsule. Apologies. Mouse clicks, keyboard level, moving. You can hear the mouse go click, 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 click. Can't type. Almost clicky upstrokes. Yeah, so with this, let me do the mods before I start talking too much. So these switches, similar to SP Star Polaris Grays, have that very high pitch and lively upstroke sound to them. This is a pretty loud board. Interesting. It's different. So you get a little bit of the reverb as it hits off the bottom. you get a little bit of the reverb through the case. It's not like hollow. I think it's an interesting character for the board though. Like, let me bring out another board just to compare. Ugh. Let's bring this board out. I think this might be an interesting comparison. Need to unwrap it. It's definitely louder and higher pitched. I do have to say though, between these two anode finishes, I really like the keys finish better. This purple color just does more for me than this one. This is a very light lilac. Let me be perfectly clear. Ciel is very much louder. So this is also half plate. This is half alu. This is full alu. The mounting is also very different because this is a screwless design for the external for the key. It has 4 points inside, which is different than this mounting structure here, which is just pushed down in. But also these switches are very much louder than the cherries. The up clack has a lot more energy than the cherry. The cherry sounds solid. This is somehow even louder, which is interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that would be this loud, but yeah, interesting keyboard. I actually kind of dig it. Who'd have thought? I guess, what springs did I use again? These. Oh, it's covered up. Kinetic Labs 53 gram symmetric springs. I need to find my microphone. I'm used to talking to this thing. It's over here though. I usually switch between like these springs and these TX 50 gram longs. For some reason I really like these. But yeah, interesting board. I suspect my wife is going to like this keyboard a lot. She's probably going to try to take this one from me. 350 ones, or 53 gram ones? Yeah, 53 grams are, I think, the lighter springs that they make for Kinetic Labs. A little light for me. I don't know. My fingers have gotten weaker over time. I used to be fine typing on like MX Blacks all day. And then I went down to 65 grams, and then I went even lower than that. And now I'm like 50 grams. I'm like, you know, that's just right for me now. All right, let me put the key away. I think I'll do one more typing test. Since I did fairly well in that last one, I'm going to probably suck at this one because I was typing all day. So my fingers are probably pretty tired. Yeah, I can't go higher than 62 grams. If I go higher than 62 grams, I get too tired in a day. I'm fine doing like burst typing on it, but if I actually have to have it in the office, you know, I need something lighter. Oh, sorry. I hit the mic. 60 is happy? Yeah, I agree. I think 60 is a reasonable spring. Alright, let me put this back down here. since I'm recovering from COVID, I'm staying home. So if I'm staying home, that means I can have creature comforts of my own keyboards in my own home. They can be as loud as I want, and it won't be as loud as my wife's. Next test. Alright, I guess I'm going to do one more typing test just because I had my headphones on, so. Mouse clicks, keyboard level yet again. Wow, what are my fingers doing? I suck at typing. That's enough of that nonsense. Yeah, so turn the music back on. Thoughts. This keyboard's really good for the price. I could see anyone picking up a Bakeneko. I could see someone picking up this. I could see someone picking up, I guess, the CNC Bakeneko. And yeah, I'd support them. This is pretty good. Let me think, what other boards do I have laying around that I could possibly just pull out to test against that are similar? I have this board. Let's pull out another gummy O-ring board. Now I'm kind of curious if it's just this board being way loud. So this is interesting. This board's actually deeper sounding. Oh, I have my music on. Portal's kind of loud too. Yeah, this is with Techno Violets. So I expected this board to be loud, but this board is actually louder and deeper sounding on the downstroke. So if I downstroke on J here, downstroke on J here. I think this has a more satisfying marbly upstroke tone, which is why I like Techno Violet switches still. But this is actually not bad either. I don't know. I'm already biased because I don't really like 65s. I think this does look like a better board to me, just in pure aesthetics, but yeah. I don't know. So this upstroke is definitely higher pitch, which I think comes across to me, at least sitting from here, knowing that this board is in front of me and this board is behind. It doesn't sound that dissimilar. This is definitely a louder downstroke, but this definitely has the louder upstroke. This definitely has a deeper downstroke than this one. This has a more marbly sound to it. Interesting though. Yep, TX stabs. If you can get them, they sound good. I think that's the last thing I have to say about this keyboard, and probably going to end the stream for tonight. It's been productive. I made a keyboard. I'm very happy that I made a keyboard, because too often I just don't have time to make keyboards anymore. I think the next keyboard that I will build will be my Neo 87. leave this on the desk for tomorrow. Yeah, glad I'm feeling better too. I guess I should hand you guys off to some other people. Let me find someone to raid on Twitch that's keyboard content related, just to pass it along, so to speak. Let's see, how do I find people on keyboards? Channels. Tim Keyless, he has a lot of viewers already. Keyboard? Wait, that's just showing me that. Browse. Create. Search through this. Makers and crafting. Show makers and crafting. Yeah, Tim Keyless is doing something right now. Someone's doing gunpla. That's always interesting. Is this really it? I do not know how to search Twitch anymore, apparently. I see gunpla, I see someone building something. Yeah, it looks like Tim Keyless. It will be. Alright, so I guess we'll send you there. Okay, and that's about it for me for tonight. I guess we'll see what Tim Keyless is doing. It says Iron 165, so that's always a fun board. One that's definitely people like. Thanks for joining me tonight for this build of my Ciel. Chicken Man. Good board. Consider GMK Cluck, I guess, if it comes up on extras if you didn't join the group buy. And everyone be nice, have a good night, and stay well. Thank you.
Okay, the problem is the shipping. Oh, wait, why is it 25 now? Huh? Dude, yesterday it was 55. I'm not crazy. Okay, I have a screenshot to prove it. I have a screenshot to prove that this desk mat actually cost 55 bucks. Look at this. $55 to ship.